showing up to that football game to watch these kids play. Northern Iowa, let's start there. Everybody wants to hear about the game before I talk about the season. Outstanding defense, stymied us in the first half, and liked how the offense responded in the second half when yards were tough against that. They didn't do anything. They didn't have to do anything to stop you. They ran zone. They didn't have to blitz. They have some strong, physical front seven, and they had the back end as far as safeties and corners to back it up. So they've done a great job of putting a defense together. I thought our defense played well. Actually, they kept us in the game. Kudos to them. You know, some plays got away from them there in the second half from some pretty good athletes, and they ran by us there and like gazelles. But for the most part, minus those big plays, you had to be proud of what you saw from them. So that's today or tonight. Season I want to talk about real quick before we get to these guys. Also, have never been a head coach, number one. And what I just saw in a football season from this group, can't say enough about the student athletes I just talked to and the student athletes I was able to spend some months with. Yes, I have good coaches. Yes, I thought I had a plan, but to watch that group come together, and I brought these two because they had a tough night, and I thanked them for being here. But these were two of the leaders in that locker room, on the field, and what they did for Portland State football, can't say enough. They started something that we need to keep going now. Now we kick into recruiting, et cetera, et cetera. But again, thank you all for coming. And who's next, Oaks?
We're actually going to open it up for questions
okay.
for Coach Barnum and then Alex Kuresa and Xavier Coleman.
Coach, obviously, in a game like this, you see sort of the next level of where you want to be. And I'm wondering, from seeing that, what do you need here on campus to compete at that level? What are you going to be going out and recruiting? What do you need?
Actually, that's good, Dwight, because I remember Jim Tressel losing at Youngstown State many moons ago at the FCS level. And I believe it was against, don't quote me, Dwight, but I think it was App State. And he looked at the football field. The game was over early in the fourth quarter. And I'm lucky enough to know one of his assistants, and he talked about speed and size and how in some spots we might have been outmanned. Nothing against these guys sitting next to me, but we have to recruit better than we have. That's the game. So, but to see what just came together, we have some good athletes, don't get me wrong. This guy is magic. He does stuff that just doesn't, you can't describe it. You can't coach it. I should just call one play, honestly, and just let him go. Talking about Alex. I'd probably screw the game up by putting a game plan together and coming up with too many plays. But and that's the other side of it, though. Yes, we need to get better physically, speed-wise. The game's speed. It is. As you go higher, that's all the difference you see. You go to the Pac-12, they're faster than us. You go to the NFL, everybody's faster than everybody. That's why they can't score in the red zone, because they're so fast they can make up for their mistakes. But it's a game of speed. But out there you saw some size added to it. So that'll be one of our deals for recruiting. That's a long answer, I'm sorry. Jesus Christ.
Barney, the pass rush was enormous. Talk about how Alex handled it.
Oh boy, he took a couple. He took care of the football. But I said many moons ago they had some holes, and they were smart. I saw what they were doing. It was good stuff. They show a bare front, which means everybody's covered up front, and which puts everybody one-on-one. And then whether you back out or not, that guy's still one-on-one. They saw our holes, the things that we've been trying to hide. You try to hide some guys if you don't have 11 perfect monsters of the midway. But to see him get out of some of that stuff, you've seen all season from him. Flip back to the one I'll never forget, watching video kill the radio star, is Cowser, the god of the Big Sky defensive ends. You know, Adonis is out there, and he's at left edge against my best tackle, and he comes off the edge, and he dips his shoulder, and there's Kuresa, and I'm on the sideline, I go, and then he somehow spins out of it, and he makes 20 yards. I'm like, that's a good call, you know, good play. But they were good, and they did it with 4 people.
Yeah.
You know, so that's a good football team.
It appeared your receivers had a little trouble getting separation and getting open against their DBs.
Speed. They had some cats. We knew it. Their corners. The first game we watched of theirs, I think it was the first game out of their season when we started going through it. Their corners were the most impressive. And that's the guys you have to run by. And then they're going cover 3 because they're able to stop things, you know, in zone with just a 4-man rush. So yeah, they gave us some. That was what I was trying to deal with, calling the game for this guy, and it popped us out of rhythm. We'd only get a yard on first down, you know, calling a run. You know, second and third down become a nightmare. You know, 3rd and 2, everybody loves you. They think you're a genius. 3rd and 10, you know, you're scratching your head once in a while.
Coach, what are you going to remember most about this group, considering all the growth they showed throughout the year?
You know, now I'm finally thinking about that because I'm so locked in during the season because I want these guys to be successful, and I love that part of college football. I love college football. And now you're talking banquet talk, you know. What will I remember? Watching these guys. 'Cause, you know, when you put them together, and I told them today when we met, after it took me 11 games, but they're pretty good. I mean, they're a pretty good football team. But I'll remember this. I'll remember the magic that they brought together. I'll remember Portland State noticing their football team. I'll remember the East Coast of this, the nation, being in contact because we beat Washington State. Now they're following us. You know, they got people talking to me like, you know, you feel like you're Dr. Helfrich or Barack Obama because, wow, they're paying attention to us. So them bringing Portland State to light, you know, I got a note from the president. He wrote me a snail mail. I got it, and you know, usually I throw that stuff away because it's a bill, but I opened this one yesterday, and he wrote me good luck, and he thanked me for how this team changed Portland State, mainly in a positive light to the press. I mean, that's the kind of stuff I'll remember. These are long ass answers. I'm sorry, guys. I'm talking a lot.
You said yesterday you didn't want a slow start. Kind of didn't work out that way, I guess.
I blame that on us, on coaches.
Yeah.
There was a slow start on offense, and I think we gave them too much. You know, it's easy to hindsight 2020, but we put in a 27, put in a counter because how good they were. You know, a new play for our guys, and it probably equaled 4 times I called it. I think I got a whole. He broke one of them just because Alex had the ball, but you know, I think I got a whole 2 yards out of that play. So things like that gave us some 3 and outs, you know, early, and it got us a little muddy. We played great with the rhythm. That's why you saw them take off a couple times in those drives in the second half. And then we did get something going, you know. Again, that's not a word. We thought too much on offense because then I'll take the blame for it. We had a turnover as we're driving down, and it was Parrish at quarterback, and we're doing this and that because I'm trying to take hit. I'm thinking too much. I'm trying to take hits off him. So, you know, those things. And then in the second half, I actually talked to Alex. I said, you know what? Sorry, Charlie. Here's what I was trying to do, but this is your game. Go win. If you get hit that hard, we have some great training staff here and doctors on the sideline. But anyway,
this is for the players. You guys, you've made some pretty good comebacks all season. Did you ever feel like you were out of this game?
You know, I think that's something that's special about our team this year is I feel like we always feel like we're in the game. You know, a few plays here and there, and we're right back in there. And you know, we dug ourselves into a little bit of a hole, and we were able to get within 6 and get within 6 and get within 6 and just never close it down all the way. And so you know, crazy things have happened, and that's kind of been the mentality of our team this year, is to kind of weather the storm and keep fighting. And I think that's been special. But to say that I ever thought we were going to lose that game, no, I don't think we. Up until they got that last first down, you're kind of going through scenarios in your head like this is going to be something cool that's going to happen here, and you know. But yeah, I don't think we ever stopped fighting.
Xavier, you really, you know, you were feeding off the fans